Hi, this is the PIM Trader. Let's review what happened in the crypto market this past week. We will be reviewing the top 10 cryptos according to coinmarketcap.com. First on the list is Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a really good week. On Tuesday, it broke through the previous low from November 18, 2024. It also served as the peak from March 24, 2025. In the last video, we had commented about the price breaking above the downtrend line, and we were expecting the price to go sideways a little longer, but it took off. On Monday, it showed a change of character, and then Tuesday it took off, and now it's going sideways but upwards a little. So right now the price is in the aggressive buy zone. There is no clear pattern here just yet. There is no double bottom, cup with handle, cup pattern. So we set the buy zone for conservative investors to where the 50-day moving average started sloping downward. Now we see the 50-day moving average sloping upward, which is a good sign, bullish sign. And the price on Tuesday with that big move up broke above the 200-day moving average. So it has cleared three significant price points: the downward trend line, the 50-day moving average, and the 200-day moving average. One thing to note is that we may see a slight drop in price when the parabolic SAR dot, which is currently below the price, gets really close to the price. There tends to be a change in price character. On the weekly chart, you can see the price is approaching the parabolic SAR dot, which is currently above the price. So the closer the price gets to the dot and gets above it, then the dot moves to below it, now working as support, and more than likely tends to move the price higher. Not all the time, but more than likely, especially on the weekly. When both the weekly and the daily have the parabolic SAR dot below the price acting as support, price tends to move higher. So in conclusion, Bitcoin had a good move. It's in the aggressive buy zone. Don't be surprised if the price dips for a little bit. What we should want to see is the price fall and form a higher low, showing strength. And for more conservative investors, the buy zone starts around 98,838. Next on the list is Ethereum. Currently, Ethereum is still in a downtrend. It is trying to get above the 50-day moving average. Right now, it's been right on it for the past 2 days. It is significantly below the 200-day, and the price is still below the downward trend line, but it looks like it is approaching it. On the weekly chart, the parabolic SAR dot is above the price, and it looks like the price is starting to get closer to it. It might be a couple more weeks if the price movement isn't very strong for the price to get to the parabolic SAR dot. Right now, it is not conclusive that Ethereum is showing a change of character as of right now. We need to wait and see on this one. Next on the list is XRP. XRP is still below the downward trend line. It is trying to stay above the 50-day moving average. It has been kind of straddling it for a few days, 5 days now. And right now it is holding above it. So we need to see the price stay above the 50-day moving average in the coming days. That will allow it to then clear the downward trend line. And it has held the 200-day moving average, just briefly falling below it for a few days during the market sell-off in early April. So on the long term, the 200-day, it looks strong. Now the bullish indicator for the 50-day moving average, we want to see clear that and the line start to slope upwards. On the weekly chart, we see the parabolic SAR dot is way above the price right now. This means it could be a while before we see bullish price movement. Fortunately, we do see 2 out of the 3 price points being cleared: the 200-day, the 50-day, if it holds. And now next we need to see the downward trend line. So this one is worth keeping an eye on as something to come in the coming weeks based on the current price movements. But as we know, cryptos tend to move really fast, so we will see what happens. Next on the list is BNB, Binance Coin. The price has stayed inside the aggressive buy zone for this past week, and it is trying to hold above the 50-day moving average, which is a good sign. It is slightly straddling it. We need to see a definitive move above it, but right now all signs are pointing to good. The price is getting close to the 200-day, which is still sloping upward. This upward slope is a good sign. So the next hurdle we want to see cleared is the 200-day moving average. For more conservative investors, we had set buy zone to where the 50-day moving average started sloping downward. That price is around 705. On the weekly chart, we see the parabolic SAR dot getting much closer to the price. I wouldn't be surprised if in the next coming weeks we see a move up, especially if the price clears the 200-day moving average. Next on the list is Solana. Solana has been looking fairly strong, cleared the downward trend line in late March. The price has been above the 50-day moving average for a couple weeks now. The line is starting to slope slightly upward now, which is a good sign. The price is still below the 200-day moving average, so that's another hurdle we need to clear. But the next hurdle it would be good to see cleared is the low from January 13th, which is around $170.28. That'll be the start of the aggressive buy zone. Given that the 200-day moving average line is flat, we should see the price clear the 200-day moving average and enter the aggressive buy zone around the same time period. On the weekly chart, we see the parabolic SAR dot is still above the price, but for the past 3 weeks, we've had 3 up weeks, and it is trying to get close to the parabolic SAR dot. The dot is inside the aggressive buy zone. So in conclusion, I'm expecting good things to happen in the aggressive buy zone because it'll allow Solana to clear the start of the buy zone, the 200-day moving average, the parabolic SAR dot. It is currently already cleared the downward trend line and the 50-day moving average. Next on the list is Dogecoin. The price is significantly below the downward trend line. It has cleared the 50-day moving average this week, and it appears that the line may be flattening out. The price is trading in a narrow trading range. Now that the price has cleared the 50-day moving average, the next good thing to see it clear the top of the trading range is currently in, which is around 20 cents. The price is still below the 200-day moving average. Unfortunately, the line is still sloping upward, showing long-term momentum. On the weekly chart, the parabolic SAR dot is still above the price, but based on the current price trajectory, it is possible the dot will intersect the top of the trading range in early May, around May 5th. So if the price continues to be in the trading range and it clears the top of the trading range, it should clear the parabolic SAR dot, moving it to below the price, then acting as support. And then that should give Doge fuel to move higher. So in conclusion, we'd like to see Dogecoin clear the trading range and the parabolic SAR dot to allow it to continue moving higher, especially since it is currently above the 50-day moving average. Next on the list is Cardano. The price cleared the 50-day moving average line. Unfortunately, the line is still sloping downward, and we've had 3 down days since it cleared. It's not looking as strong as others. The price is still below the downward trend line. With this move above the 50-day moving average, it looked like it could have started to clear the 200-day moving average, but it appears the 200-day is acting as resistance because it bounced off of it and it's falling down now. Fortunately, the line is sloping upward, meaning there's long-term momentum there. We just need the short-term momentum to change. The parabolic SAR dot is getting close to the price right now, so unless nothing changes and the price continues to drop, we may see a dip in the short term for price, because then the price will fall below the SAR dot and moving it above it, then acting as resistance. On the weekly chart, the parabolic SAR dot is significantly above the current price. This is not a good sign, meaning that it may take a while before we start seeing bullish momentum, especially since only the 50-day moving average line has been cleared. So in conclusion, Cardano is not showing bullish strength right now. It's only cleared the 50-day moving average. It needs to clear the downward trend line, the 200-day moving average, and move the parabolic SAR dot on the weekly chart to below the price. Last on the list, number 10, is Tron. Again, this one continues to show sideways action for a long time. It has been trading inside a range for many months now. It has held the price above the 50-day moving average for a few weeks now, which is a good sign, but not a great sign. It is also holding above the 200-day moving average. It has yet to fall below it, even during all this market sell-off and volatility. On the weekly chart, the parabolic SAR dot is still above the trading range. Given the current price trajectory, it should intersect with the top of the trading range in late May, around May 19th. So if ever we may see some behavior with Tron later in May, time will tell. This is definitely one to keep an eye on, mainly because when the price moves sideways for a very long time, the moves up or down tend to be significant. And that's it for this week. This is the Pimp Trader.